I was deconstructing before that was a term, right? So I went through deconstruction, but I went through reconstruction. And that's what a lot of people don't talk about.
They missed that
They
word.
miss that one,
Yeah.
right? So deconstruction is not a bad thing if it leads to reconstruction, right? Sometimes you have to demolish a building that is mold infested and then build something else on that foundation, right? We're not getting rid of the foundation. The foundation is Christ.
Yeah.
But we're building on that foundation and tearing down some things that were unnecessary.
Well, it's not every day I get to interview a major hip hop artist who is an incredible person. But today I'm sitting down with Lecrae. But I got to tell you, man, I have prepared for this interview for a long time, man. Now, I know you. I feel like every time that I am interviewing you, man, there's always something new. Man.
Yeah.
And so here we are in your studio. This is the first for me to interview you here, man. And I got to ask this question first, man. When you look back at what God has done and where we are sitting at today here in Atlanta, Georgia at Reach Records as a husband, father, CEO, artist, author. What do you think?
I feel very fortunate. Obviously, God has blessed the works of our hands here. But I'm more excited about the legacy that's being created. I took a trip to Israel and I stood, looking over where King David would have stood. I was standing inside of what would have been his quarters, but it was rubble.
Wow.
It wasn't the building that was the impactful thing. It was the legacy that he's left. And so I'm sure at the time period, he was honored and grateful to have that building. But the legacy that he has left is more impactful. And so for me, the building and the studio is amazing, but the legacy that's being created within this place is what excites me.
Speaking of legacy, which is what brings us here today, you have released a brand new album.
Yes.
This is the first one, though, that you have collaborated with another artist, 1K Few. Did I say his name right?
Yeah,
Because
you got
all
it.
of me was
You nailed
practicing
it.
that last night, too. 1K Few. And this is your first time you've done that with someone on an entire album.
Yeah.
What brought that album together? And then I do want to dig into the title of this album, basically is No Church in a While.
Yeah.
Tell me what brought this together with you and him and the title No Church in a While, man.
Yeah, 1K Few, his name is like
It's an incredible name.
1,000 because he keeps it 1,000.
Yeah, it's incredible. Like only the young folks, as they say, can do that.
And then Few because he's like everyone's favorite nephew, so he has Few. But anyway, no, I've been mentoring him for a while and just seeing his growth and his development. And he wanted to do this project. I was in the middle of working on some other things, but he brought some music and said, just listen to it. And I heard a couple songs and I was like, oh, wow, this is special. So I said, all right, let's do this. And for me, this year has been great in terms of just setting up a lot of the younger artists and younger generation.
Yeah.
And so just putting them in a position to thrive and to influence, people across the world. And so this was a part of that. And the No Church in a While was, obviously we had the pandemic where, we weren't going to church, right? Or going to the building, right?
Yeah.
And then, of course, there were people who were just struggling with the concept of church and where God was. And so just dealing with all of those issues brought out music and this musical concept to let's have honest conversations about that and those struggles and hopefully find some healing.
How did you dig in deep just to that title? And it's such, you don't mind stepping into it, Lecrae, as they say. And so here you are stepping into a title and into a culture where people have not gone to a church in a while.
Right.
How did you know this one was for you to tackle, man?
Well, that's a good question, actually.
Yeah.
It was funny because there are 10 artists, including myself, at Reach. And as I was talking to them, all of them were telling me the same stories, that their friends or their family were disconnected from church. And I said, oh, this is not just my world. This is far reaching. This is, they're doing concerts and hearing the same stories. Yeah. And I thought to myself, I said, okay, so this is an issue. and one that we should just at least be honest about.
Mm.
Why are we disconnected from church? Is it the pandemic? Is it church hurt? Is it, what are those issues? But whatever they are, they're there, and so let's address them.
The song's a powerful song. I mean, which is why I keep wanting to stay on this topic a little bit.
Yeah.
What would you tell people who are going, man, I just don't want to go back, and they fill in that blank with, because I'm hurt.
Sure,
man.
Sure.
What would you say to that person?
First, I would say I understand. I understand hurt. I understand the struggle, and your feelings should be validated, right? Like, let's not throw your feelings away and say, well, you need to get past that and go fellowship with God's people. It's a very nuanced conversation, because you're talking about them going back to a group of people, not just a building.
That would be simple as a building.
Exactly.
It'd be very simple.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're going back to a group of people. What is the group? What is the dynamic with these people? So is this, because there's no two gatherings that are the same. So is this a healthy place for you? Is this a place where you can thrive and grow in your relationship with God and be amongst other broken people who are trying to figure out what God has called them to be? Is it a toxic environment? What are those dynamics, and how do we wrestle with those particular things? And at the end of the day, the goal is health. The goal is for for broken people to find healing and worship the healer.
Wow.
Right? That's the goal. So how are you going about doing that? Because sure, maybe you don't have to go back to that group of people, but you got to get with some group of people, right, in order to be a part of this family. And maybe it's not in a building, or maybe it's outside, maybe it's in a house, maybe it's in a prison cell. I don't know, but you've got to be connected to God's people on a consistent basis in order to become all that God wants you to be.
Well, you say outside, prison cell, house, and the album kind of represents all of those, by the way. The videos are just incredible, by the way.
Yeah.
What happened to you in this process when you were recording these songs? Because, not to say the other stuff you were not having fun in, by the way, but something seemed to happen with you personally here, especially with the song.
Yeah.
It seemed like you had fun, but also seems like something was going on too. Am I on to that, or am I off to this?
I think, I think you're right. I'm always going through the human experience.
Yeah. And you tell us that, which is what I enjoy about talking with you.
Right.
Like, whatever experience you're going through, you may go through it first, and then it's, okay, let me tell my audience.
Right. You nailed it. I mean, that's it. And so, I think part of that human experience was progressive growth and joy and a sense of comfortability in my own shoes, and just, look, this is who God has called me to be, and I'm very comfortable here now. And I'm probably not going to be swayed. I'm not going to be swayed by like trivial things. I'm just very confident in where I'm at. And I'm confident that my brokenness leads people to health and healing. And so let me be broken and transparent. And I'm confident that my healing is beneficial for other people as well. So I allow people to see all of that, in the music.
Was it hard to get to that level? You've met this a long time.
Yeah.
I mean, was it hard to get there?
Yeah, absolutely. It was hard and expensive. Cost me a lot of therapy.
Yeah, which is not bad, by the way. Therapy's good, as my wife would say, about me anyway. But one of the questions people wanted me to ask you was there ever a time that you experienced church hurt, and one person said, there's no way Monty's ever experienced this because he's Lecrae, And so I thought, I'm going to ask him that question.
Yeah.
So has there ever been a time that you have been hurt by church?
So for me, the answer is yes. But I think my dynamic is very unique, right? Because it wasn't so much one particular gathering or congregation.
Yeah.
It was the American evangelical church.
Yeah.
Where I felt hurt, right? So these are people that I'm doing events with. These are people that I am while I'm on tour, we're doing tour church together. These are people that have invited me to speak, and then in a moment, in a twinkling of an eye, they turn their backs on me, right? And some of them will call me out or say things about me or say like, "Oh, he's not invited here anymore," because of my vocalness about the racial tensions going on in America.
Yeah.
And so that was the ultimate church hurt, you know. And for me, it's like, well, where do I land the plane? Because I don't even know what's real out here, you know. And I had to grow through that and process through that.
Was that hard, man? It's one of those things you would have to say a long time once again. I remember you, by the way, when you did a gym youth ministry deal back in Prince George County, man.
Wow.
And like the person was paying you $100, man. Yeah. That's how long ago this was.
Yeah.
So when you look at that and then look at, man, being in the midst of controversy from time to time, how have you been able to deal with that?
You know, going through the process of honestly, the cuss word everybody hates right now, deconstruction.
Yeah.
Right. The cuss word. But
a lot of my friends are going
right
through that, to be fair. Yeah.
I was deconstructing before that was a term, right? So I went through deconstruction, but I went through reconstruction. And that's what a lot of people don't talk about.
They missed that word.
They missed that one.
Yeah.
Right? So deconstruction is not a bad thing if it leads to reconstruction, right? Sometimes you have to demolish a building that is mold infested and then build something else on that foundation, right? We're not getting rid of the foundation. The foundation is Christ.
Yeah.
But we're building on that foundation and tearing down some things that were unnecessary, some traditions or religiosity or rules that God never intended in the first place, and building on truth. And so the reconstruction is what got me through.
Wow.
Is realizing, oh, I don't have to embrace some of these things, right? I don't have to embrace this idea that, you know, Sunday at 8 a.m. is the only time I can connect with God.
Yeah.
Right? That's not true. That is how many of us do that here in the Western world.
Yeah.
But that's not the only time you can connect with God. And so just realizing those things and saying, all right, well, I'm free to do that or I'm free to not do it. I may do something at 5 p.m. on Saturday with a group of friends at the house. It's okay. Like figuring that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How have you been, last question, man, how have you been able to stay in love with Jesus, man, in the midst of the controversy, in the midst of reading the comment section, which they tell us do not read that, by the way, but we do anyway, by reading the comment section, by hearing, you know, what may be harsh words, man, I mean, how have you been able to still love Jesus and love his people and still, you know, navigate through all of that?
Well, I can tell you conceptually and then practically, right? Conceptually, I had to realize that my people hurts cannot be God hurts. I cannot transfer the hurt I've experienced from people onto God.
Yeah.
God didn't do that to me. Jesus didn't do that to me. That was people, and people are broken. I'm one of those broken people.
Yeah.
You know, I've hurt people before.
Yeah.
So it's recognizing and realizing that and being gracious. You know, sometimes being gracious means I'm going to not read what you have to say.
Yeah.
But being gracious and saying, well, these are human beings. And practically, it's been listening to the voices of people who genuinely love me, who genuinely care about me, who genuinely want to see me walk with the Lord in a healthy way, and just walking with them, turning off the noise and zeroing in on the people who love me, on scripture, and just focusing on allowing God to do that healing work in me. Yeah.
I can't believe I'm asking you this question because I feel like I've been a fan for a long time. My wife would say a lot longer on her side.
Yeah.
But I'm going to ask this question and probably get stoned to death in the comment section.
All right.
So here it is. Retirement. You know, I looked at the videos last night and for a while now, last 2 weeks, and it's you and 1K few, man. And I'm going, oh, wow. Someone's getting older, no offense.
Yeah.
And there's this younger generation coming. Where do you see yourself in 5, 10 years down the road? And is retirement, is it in view?
Yeah, I don't. So you know what's funny? I thought about that for a while, and I felt like I was supposed to, but
Really?
yeah, just because you get older and you're like, oh, I guess this is what I'm supposed to do now.
I think your 40s is not old, man.
Right, but I'm just saying,
I get it.
It's
Yeah,
like, it's like, well, I guess I don't have to, right? I don't have to. I can just figure out a new way to exist. So it's kind of like being an NBA player. I'm not going to drive down the lane and dunk on people anymore. I might just shoot the jump shot, but I'm still going to play in the NBA. And so I think for me now, it's important to give good guidance and mentorship and create a platform for the younger artists to continue paving the way and to continue being a voice. But yeah, I'm not going to retire from being an influential Christian in any way that I can until God takes me home. So
you're here to stay for a while.
I'm here to stay for a while. Will it be music forever? I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But I will be serving in some capacity for as long as God will allow me.
Now, some folks might know this. You do mentor your artists.
Yeah.
Bible studies and the whole 9 yards, and you're discipling them, basically.
Yeah.
What do you enjoy about that?
Oh, man, seeing the light bulbs come on. That's my favorite
Really?
thing. When the light bulbs come on for them, I get excited because it's one thing to be sitting there spinning your wheels doing a Bible study and then everyone goes home. You don't know if anything's hit anybody. It's another thing when someone says, wait. So what you're saying is...
I got some questions. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I see the wheels turning. I see the light bulbs coming on. I live for those moments. Live for them. Those are my favorite times.
You know, I hope you do a master class one of these days. I really do think you balance being an artist, being an author, being a financial expert, because you're doing that role now as well.
Yeah.
And at the same time, being CEO of one of the largest hip hop companies in the country.
It's amazing. Yeah.
So when you do that master class, will you let me know?
I'll let you know.
I appreciate it.
I appreciate you.
Thanks.